Rayquaza is coming back to Pokemon Go, and I'm here for you guys to give you the counter guide to help you out with the 100% IVs, the top counters, and everything that you need to know to take down Rayquaza in Pokemon Go and get yourself a shiny. So you know what time it is. Welcome to Trader Club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, are you guys excited about Rayquaza? Number one, it hasn't been back for quite some time. Number two, except it was featured as a little bit of an extension for the Hoenn Tour this weekend. I have something coming out later today for the Hoenn Tour that's going to be our vlog for the event. And not only that, we also have another video coming out this week where I'm going to talk about some of the issues surrounding the Hoenn Tour in Pokemon Go. So we do have those videos, but most importantly, we're getting you guys information here. If you guys do want more raid battles, you can check in the Discord or you can check in the Patreon to get onto my exclusive friends list and to see some other things. All right, so here we go for the Rayquaza counter guide. It is coming out on Wednesday, the 22nd at 10 a.m. local time, and that is going to go all the way until March 1st at 10 a.m., which then will switch up on the bosses. So Rayquaza is going to be a dragon and a flying type Pokemon. So with it being a dragon and a flying type, it is the strongest dragon type in the game without including shadows and megas, because at some point it will have a mega, but right now it does not. However, this Pokemon is extremely strong, but it does have a 2x weakness to ice, because ice is going to be strong against dragon and so flying. So this makes it double weak to ice, which is going to populate most of our counters. Not only that, it will have another single weakness to dragon, rock, as well as fairy. And I'm just going to point out that Rayquaza is similar to Mewtwo, that this Pokemon does yield some of the highest shundo rates in Pokemon Go. I'm not really sure exactly why this Pokemon does do this or Mewtwo does do this. However, there will be a decent amount, and when I say a decent amount, more than typical people getting shundos. You will see it all over Twitter. You're going to see it on Instagram. Hopefully you're going to see it at me getting it in a video, because we're in Osaka, Japan, and then we're going to be heading to Tokyo as well, which is going to be very exciting. So now would be your time to raid hard for this Pokemon. So the 100% IVs are going to be level 20, 2191. Pretty easy 100% IV to remember. And then there's going to be one weather condition that can take this Pokemon all the way to level 25 at weather boosted, and that's going to be wind to boost both the dragon as well as the flying type. And the level 25 100% IV will be 2739. Let's not forget this Pokemon has a fantastic shiny, and it does have a future mega, so having 296 XL candy will be, according to me, very, very important, because this mega will slay. I am going to assume that these megas that are getting even stronger, that are game-breaking megas, similar to as the primals, will probably follow suit with the energy pattern that we did see this weekend, which would make it 400 energy to evolve, and probably yielding, which I can't guarantee because this was the first time we ever saw it, but these are the strongest things that we've ever seen in Pokemon Go, which Mega Rayquaza will be on par with that, Mega Mewtwo will be on par with that, might be yielding only 80 to 100 mega energy per raid. Don't quote me on that, but I'm just speculating here based on what I've seen here. As far as its moveset goes, it is going to get Air Slash and Dragon Tail. And just remember, dragons are going to be strong against dragons and weak against dragons, which means that all the dragons that you do use, if you so choose to use them, which may not be to your advantage, which we will check out here in a second, would mean that any of these dragon moves are going to be strong against it. And then as far as its charge moves go, it will get Outrage, it will get Aerial Ace, and then it will get Ancient Power. Ancient Power will be strong against ice type Pokemon. So that's going to be one thing to look out for. And then dragon moves are obviously going to be strong against dragon type Pokemon. And how many trainers will you need to take down this Pokemon? It will only take 1.35 trainers at level 40 counters because of this dual ice type weakness, which is kind of cool. So thinking about this, it's a very easy duo. You're not going to need too many Pokemon trainers to be able to take this down. However, if you want to take it down extremely fast, what you can do is go after it with multiple trainers. And even beyond 10, it's going to make this Pokemon go down very, very fast. So you can churn through a lot, which is advantageous for people that are looking for XP, because you can use lucky eggs and you can go after it just like that. So now we're going to check out the counters, starting off with the shadow counters. The top shadow counters are going to be in spot number 1. We do have Powder Snow and Avalanche on the Shadow Mamoswine. This is the strongest counter against this Pokemon. It's going to take it down in 320 seconds. In the second spot, we do have Shadow Weavile with Ice Shard as well as Avalanche. And then in spot number 3, we do have Cycle Cut and Ice Beam on the Shadow Mewtwo. And those are really the only shadow Pokemon that we are going to cover here, because if you go down the list, you have Shadow Articuno, but that gets you down into spot number 11. And let's talk about the Mega Pokemon before we take away these shadows. If you do want to go after the Rayquaza, which I highly suggest you do because it's already so weak to ice, and there's no Megas in the top 10 counters here, that you do use a complementary, meaning it does share a dragon typing or is a dragon typing. That is a Mega level 3 for you, because that will yield you the most XL candy for Rayquaza. These Pokemon are going to include Mega Charizard X, which is going to be an easy one to be able to get. Most of us should have a Mega Charizard level 3 by now. We are going to have Altaria. We are going to have Mega Latios, Mega Latias. We are going to have Salamence. We are also going to have Mega Ampharos, as well as Mega Sceptile. All of those are going to share common dragon typings in there. So now we're going to get into the top counters excluding the shadows. The number one will be Ice Fang and Avalanche on the Galarian Darumaka. It used to be Ice Punch for this Pokemon, but Avalanche is going to be the new moveset for this Pokemon from what I can see. I don't know when it got updated, but that's really cool. Then in spot number 2, we will have the regular Mamoswine with the Powder Snow and Avalanche. We will have Frost Breath and Avalanche on Glaceon, spot number 3. Ice Shard Avalanche with Weavile, spot number 4. We will have Dragon Breath and Glaciate on Kyurem, spot number 5. And before we go on any further, spot 1 through 4 are going to make up budget counters. None of those are going to be legendary Pokemon, meaning their XL candy is not a premium and you don't have to pay for it, which makes them extremely easy to be able to use. Especially that Mamoswine, it has already had a Calm Day, so most of us have or should have or will in the future a lot of XL candy for this Pokemon. In spot number 6, we're going to have Psycho Cut as well as Ice Beam on the regular Mewtwo. In the next spot, we're going to have the Avalugg with Ice Fang and Avalanche, followed by Jinx with Frost Breath and Avalanche. Another 2 budget counters right there. Then we have the Hisuian Avalugg, followed by the Aurorus with Frost Breath and Weather Ball. And like I did talk about, that these Pokemon are going to be weak to Ancient Power for the most part. However, since there is a double weakness to Ice, it doesn't even matter that they are going to be weak to the Rock typing, because you still need to use these Pokemon, because it is not even worth going down on the Dragons, because think about it. We are at a Avalugg right now that is stronger at attacking the Rayquaza than is a Rayquaza in itself, or even a Shadow Salamence or a Shadow Dragonite, which shows how powerful this double weakness is for it. And then we will have Beartic with Powder Snow and Ice Punch, followed by Vanillix with Frost Breath and Blizzard. So those are going to be the top counters. So now let's move into the weather conditions that are going to affect this Pokemon. So the first weather condition that's going to be impactful is going to be partly cloudy, which will boost all the rock type Pokemon, which are going to be effective against the Rayquaza, but we haven't covered them because they're not the top counters. And Ancient Power will get boosted in there, so that's going to do a little bit more damage to all of our ice type Pokemon. Cloudy weather will boost all of our fairy type counters. Then we are going to go into the snowy weather. Snowy weather will boost all of the ice types. So if it is snowing, ice types will absolutely destroy this Rayquaza, and we've only looked at level 40 counters. Imagine if you have level 50 ice type counters. And then the final condition will be the windy weather, which is going to boost the Rayquaza all the way to level 25, and it's going to boost all of the dragon and flying type moves, and it's going to boost the dragons that are going to be going after it. However, that's not super important. So guys, you have everything you need to take down Rayquaza in Pokemon Go, so good luck out there. I will see you guys out with a lot of fun times coming right at you. So appreciate you guys being here as always. To all my likers, comments, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes their support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm going to see you guys out in the next video. Peace.
I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and rating all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.